Father Raymond, as a philosopher of religion, would you roll back time?
I would say, instead of rolling back time, I would say we should take back time, because the main objection I have to some of the things you mentioned is that they suck up a lot of our time in a kind of a recreation-induced fog, which is not the kinds of malign things you were talking about. But if you had to go back, I mean, you can go back to 2006, which is not that long ago, which before the smartphone.
That's not the pre-digital era.
That's not the pre-digital era. So I'm not totally against it, but I do think the smartphone with us all the time distracts us from some of the more important things in life.
Hasn't the pervasion of the internet led to a decline in religion?
I don't think so, in the sense that those long trends in our part of the world have continued. Other parts of the world, religious observance is going up. So I don't think it's a digital thing. During the pandemic, there was an uptick in people using digital means for religion. One benefit, surely, in the religious sphere is that people have access now to high-quality productions, biblical studies, preaching, courses that were difficult to get before, and now you've got it all at your fingertips. So that would be a benefit.
All right, Charles, your thoughts? Look ahead, damn the torpedoes, or look back to the quieter time?
First of all, you cannot go back. So it's a defeatist idea to even think about it. You have to go forward. But does it come with benefits and risks? Of course. I think anytime you introduce something new to a society, be it a virus, or be it new technology, or be it some more challenge, it's always mayhem with significant effects on that society until it learns how to live with it. Mm-hmm. And to offset the dangers of it and also promote the benefits of it. So during this time, buckle up and watch out, but there's no going back.
There is no going back, John, but I know you'd go back. How far?
If I could live anywhere, I would live in the Shire. So I'm saying about 800 years, medieval England, the England of Robin Hood. This to me is as close to a really good society as you're going to find on Earth. And I mean, it's true that, of course, you can't go back. But remember what Lord Dunsany said more than a century ago, that we live in an age of progress. We cannot rest content with barbed wire and mustard gas. And to me, see, the biggest danger that I think we face now, it's not, proliferation of hate and ignorance. Good heavens, we had hate and ignorance back when we were throwing rocks at one another. It's that artificial intelligence is going to supplant humanity at a speed that people just aren't coming to grips with. This isn't something that's going to happen in 20 years or 40 years. This stuff changes so fast. We're looking at 3 to 5 years. A transformation we cannot begin to control or even understand, including the cyber warfare that's going on between the democratic and non-democratic societies. We are in a world of trouble, and people haven't got a clue what's about to hit them.
Ramona, I know you don't fall into either camp, a skeptic or a utopian. You're more of a cautious optimist.
I am exactly a cautious optimist.
What is a cautious optimist?
We can't stop the march of time. And would I want to go back to what? To slavery? To the Holocaust? To the witch trials? I have 2 young kids, and I can't imagine a world that I would want to put them back in.
But let me ask, because we're not looking at going back to slavery or the witch trials or a time when women didn't have the right to vote. It's a time before mobiles took over our lives and algorithms controlled us.
But we were scared then, too. I mean, there was a lot of hand-wringing over Elvis and gyrating hips. Like, change is scary, and it's always the collapse of civilization. If it wasn't Elvis, it was books. It was the printing press. We're scared of more information. We're scared that we can't keep up with it. We need to overhaul education. We need to overhaul the ways that we engage with these things. But it doesn't mean that we stop. It doesn't mean that we turn back. It doesn't mean that we weren't just as scared before.
Janice, over to you.
I'm a cautious optimist as well. Technology, as we've all said, is disruptive. It's always been disruptive. Just think, those peasants in the Shire, they were not happy when the Industrial Revolution started in Britain, and they were forced off the land and had to adjust to completely different societies. This is a very, very old story. There's actually nothing new in quality that's happening to us. It's the speed, the pace that we're seeing. And we are, as we just said, going to adapt. We need some rules of the road here. But there's huge advantages that come with each new generation of technology in medicine, in science, and we're at the cusp of those as well.
But if that's the case, why aren't we happy? Right? People are
We've
stressed out.
never
They're
been
miserable.
happy.
What if these people who were afraid of the future were right and we're living in what they feared? Right? Things aren't so great today. They're really not.
Yeah, but you know, John, people have always been afraid of the future, always been worried, always been anxious. And, you know, happiness is a very elusive quality in any generation.
So the cautious optimists are saying we were never happy. So even our optimistic people are kind of on John's side.
Okay, all right. Now that we've heard from each of you, let's hold that thought. Coming up, privacy in the digital age. Can we take it back in a world that's always watching? That's next.